Peter King's on right now, and I don't know if you saw what Adam Schefter just reported, and it lends credence to some rumors I've been hearing for some time that for some reason DeAndre Hopkins was not in favor in Houston, and Adam Schefter reporting, Peter, that as part of the trade that brings David Johnson to Houston, it is DeAndre Hopkins going to Arizona.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I mean, Peter, what is that? I mean, first of all, thank you for calling in today. How are you? You doing well?
Thank you for having me. Can I tell you the origin of DeAndre Hopkins and all this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So toward the end of the year, I had heard that DeAndre Hopkins was not altogether happy in Houston, and that they were not altogether happy with his performance. Now, you know, how much of that stuff that you hear is real, how much isn't it real? And I just sort of filed it away. And at the scouting combine, someone who I know well told me, you know, they might be serious about moving DeAndre Hopkins. So I filed that away again. And so last week, when I was on the phone getting ready for this column, obviously this is a big column when you do the first week of free agency and along with the incredible confluence of events with the the new CBA and coronavirus. So I'm talking to a lot of people, and there was another team low in the first round of this draft that was actively working on DeAndre Hopkins in the last 7 days. Okay, and when I say working on him, I mean studying tape and all that. And so I wrote it, you know, but I said, who knows? You know, I didn't know that he was going to be traded today at all. But this really doesn't shock me. Now, look, there's got to be something else involved, and I think what else must be involved is a prominent draft choice, because Bill O'Brien desperately wants draft capital to rebuild his team.
Well, I mean, John McClain, our good friend from Houston Chronicle, who knows everything about Houston sports and certainly the Texans, and this is why I love having you on right now, Peter, and I appreciate you calling in again and, talking about breaking news like this. John McClain says that it's DeAndre and a fourth to the Cardinals for David Johnson and a second this year and a fourth rounder next year. It is a fantasy football trade, essentially. You know, dude, this is actually happening right now, Peter.
Well, I want you to think about this too. Everybody is going to say, "Oh my God, this is crazy, Bill O'Brien. This is a rapacious trade. It's horrible for Houston." But just remember a couple of things, right? This is really important to remember. And again, look, you're telling me about this trade right now, and I didn't know when you just started talking to me about it.
Right, sure.
But everybody's going to say, "Oh my God, it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough." Well, I'll tell you why it seems like this isn't enough, and it's a very, very simple reason. Because DeAndre Hopkins is an eighth-year player. I think he's 28 years old this year. And if you look at what is so important about the market right now, there is no position in this draft, far and away, that has as many good players in it as wide receiver. And so if I'm looking at this right now, what I'm saying about it is that the most important element of this trade is certainly not David Johnson. It's that whatever would be the 35th pick overall, or whatever the Cardinals, I don't even know what it is, 38th pick overall, I don't know. But that is why Bill O'Brien did this deal.